I got a Fitbit for Christmas, so naturally now I look like this, which is fab. So, hello guys, it's 2016! Happy New Year! Did you have a good one? By that I mean, did you have a good 2015? Mine was swell, thanks. So the biggest thing of the holidays was obviously the Gypsy broadcast on BBC 4. And I'm gonna gush all over it in a bit, but you know, I feel like I've been watching all of my musical theatre through a screen recently. And it got me thinking, is this the future for musical theatre? Are we currently facing the changing face of MT as we know it? So I thought I'd take it on a little journey through the history of broadcasted musical theatre as I try to work out how I actually feel about this whole shebang. Let's go to the 1950s! Get ready for special effects, by the way. Huh? So the very first broadcast of musical theatre on television was in 1955, and it was Peter Pan. The show did incredibly well at the Tony, so it made perfect sense that NBC would pick it up for their season in promoting colour TV. The cast was virtually the same as what was playing on Broadway at the time, with Mary Martin as Peter Pan and Syl Richard as Captain Hook and Mr. Darling. And you know what? The broadcast smashed it. It broke all the records. A whopping 65 million people watched the broadcast. That was more than any other TV programme had ever taken in. 65 million! That's literally like a YouTube video of PewDiePie playing Left 4 Dead or something. Anyway, it was so good that they decided to do it again the year after. Then the producers realised that they had something pretty good here, so they decided to restage it and make a directed for television production that they put on in 1960, where they decided to show it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, until the Disney Channel picked it up, and then they showed it again and again, you get it. Basically, it was a whole load of Peter Pan. No one can deny that it was a success. But did this change the face of musical theatre as we know it? No, pretty much stayed the same. Until it's 2013, yay! And NBC have decided to get off their Peter Pan high horse and try something new. And really, what better choice than one of the world's most loved musicals, The Sound of Music. But on the back of Julie Andrews, the stakes were high, so they knew obviously they were going to have to cast this correctly. And so obviously the natural choice is Carrie Underwood. Now before I get started on this particular casting choice, a bit of context for the show. Sound of Music Live, with its jazzy exclamation mark, was broadcast on December 5th, 2013 to around 18 million viewers. Some of the casting was stunning. We had the then 5-time Tony Award winner Audra McDonald playing Mother Abbess. We had Tony Award winner Laura Benanti. We had Tony winner and absolute sex god Christian Borle. And hey, we even had the original Emma Carew from Jekyll and Hyde tucked in there as a nun somewhere. Stephen Moyer as Captain Von Trapp, absolutely fine, at least he's an actor. But Carrie Underwood, NBC, what are you playing at? Now for those of you across the pond who aren't aware, country music isn't as big a thing over here as it is for you guys. So when Carrie Underwood was first announced, I got so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, who is this new upcoming talent that they've found? This is going to be huge, what a great idea for Maria. No, it's just multi-Grammy winner Carrie Underwood. Sadly, Miss Underwood was panned for forgetting to act. And when you're up against some stage veterans like she was, I really feel bad for her. But you think that producers would learn from their mistakes for the next one, right? Laura Osnes be damned, they cast Alison Williams from Girls as Peter. I'll admit, she was a damn sight better than Carrie Underwood, but I don't know, I felt she was a little bit awkward on the stage, didn't really seem to know what she was doing there. And also struggling alongside her was Christopher Walken.
Peter Pan has found a mother. Oh, yeah.
And it was just a bit awkward. He literally just seemed like he was bumbling about in this perpetual state of confusion and didn't know whether to look at the camera or look at his feet as he tried to tap dance. But to be honest, I think the real error with Peter Pan Live was the choice of show itself. Despite the $10 million budget that they had, I feel the production didn't really do enough to update itself for a contemporary audience. Even though the show was aimed at families, I felt that most of the performances were a bit patronising, and to be honest, a CGI Tinkerbell isn't gonna invigorate the minds of overstimulated children and cynical adults. And just on the whole, I don't feel that anyone on stage was really convinced with what they were doing. And for a show all about believing, there wasn't much belief that night. So these live broadcasts, not doing very well and not really showing off musical theatre in its best light. But hey, third time's the charm, right? Right. The Wiz Live was totally relevant for a contemporary audience in such an important show choice in terms of casting. While the previous efforts were all virtually whitewashed, choosing a show that was so important in the history for a completely different demographic of people that had been seen before was smart and significant. And they really hit the nail on the head for casting. Honouring the legacy of Stephanie Mills, who played the original Dorothy in the original production of The Wiz and the revival, casting her as Auntie M. Uzo Aduba, showing that she is so much more than just a pair of crazy eyes and giving us massive Godspell flashbacks, hashtag by my side. Film and TV musical veterans, Queen Latifah, Amber Riley, Elijah Kelly, with, you know, a few recording artists throwing in there for good measure, because it wouldn't be an NBC casting without some recording artists. And while I didn't get much in the way of acting from Mary J. Blige, I actually thought Neo was really good, but the icing on the cake was Shanice motherfucking Williams. With the biggest ruby slippers to fill and a ton of yellow bricks weighing on her shoulders, she smashed her fellow live leading ladies out of the water and showed the world that, hey, maybe we don't need to stunt cast our leading ladies. They found Shanice through an open call audition. She had done some high school productions before, and that's about it. And her performance was breathtaking. And I am praying to Oz that this sets a precedent for future live productions. And the production itself was wacky, with some stunning choreography from Fatima Williams and Cirque du Soleil. And you know what? It was actually the choreo that I felt added that contemporary feel that its predecessors lacked. Come on, Vogue and Munchkin. Come on, Beyonce Poppies. For a musical that screamed of its time when it originated in '74, it's been so successfully updated. If there's not a revival soon, I will eat something. So NBC appeared to be waking up to what these live productions can be. And hey, with the recent announcement that the next one is going to be Hairspray, in this current climate, I can't think of anything more topical. I just hope to God that they realise all the good that they did with The Wiz and emulate it again. Listen, so I'm going to pause there, but make sure you come back for Act 2, where we're going to chat about non-live musicals, we're going to chat about bootlegs, and we're going to chat about the recent live stream of Daddy Longlegs. And I'll attempt to tie all this ish up together. So click the link here to go watch that just now, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. But I'll give you a wee snippet now.
Who next?
Liza.
The shit'll come out tomorrow, so you've gotta hang on till tomorrow, come what may.